Let's go back to the build-up to the fight on March 22nd.
Yeah.
Did you go into that fight thinking, if this doesn't go my way, I'm ready to call it a day?
You kind of wouldn't never want to admit it, do you know what I mean? But I knew, like I said to you, the last year, trying to get back from the leg break has just been really hard. And I'm walking around lighter, smaller than all my training partners, and I was just really struggling to get fighting fit again in the camp after that long layoff. And I just really struggled, and I was kind of saying to Paul, like, I think we'll have to adjust it from here on out, training and stuff. 14 fights in the UFC, a football career and a boxing career in that time. I was 34. It's like a lot to fit in on the bones and the joints. And I'm not sure if you've seen, but when I got to the changing room, I just said to them, like, the camps are too hard not to win. And so much went wrong, but so much went right in the fight camp. So much to be proud of, and it was just like, I was kind of done last year because I was that heartbroken with how it happened and what had happened to me. And I think you'll see like Olympic athletes and certain athletes who fight for like a world title or world championships when they don't get what they expect. It's like really hard grief to kind of deal with, and then you're a bit like, but I really deserve that, but like, well, you don't, do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how hard you work and how hard you train, you're not guaranteed the result you want at the end. And I just really struggled with that, but like I always do, just plod on and I just keep trying, and then when I got in there and I thought, do you know what I did think? I'd normally go to sleep on a choke, and I thought, in that moment, I thought, I'm done here. Yeah. So I just tapped, because I thought, I want this moment with everyone, because I actually do deserve to have it on. The results not gone my way, but I deserve to have like this last bit of my last speech, really, the way that I wanted it. It's
amazing that you actually were thinking that in the moment.
Well, if I go to sleep, you don't get the chat.
But it says a lot about where you were, with your mindset and kind of what you were thinking, even if maybe you weren't conscious of it going into the fight, because you need to get them blinkers on, don't you? Yeah,
but you can't be losing non-ranked fights at this age. Like, well, I'd always said it was a bit like Paul Felder or a lot of greats. I'm not doing this just to do it. I'm not doing this for a paycheck. I'm doing this because I want to be the best I can be. And it just weren't good enough. And like the that I have to take, like I've been involved in unbelievable fight cards, and my performances has elevated them cards, and I've brought everyone on this journey. I've been so open with the highs and the lows. There's been no BS. What you see is what you get, and I just think that in that performance as well, that doesn't warrant to. I don't warrant to wear them gloves. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's life for me yet in other avenues and different places, and I can enjoy that. But I just think in that moment when she had me, I thought I'm not good enough to be here, so I'm not wasting my time. You've got Kennedy Freeman, Chanel Dyer, Shauna Bannon. Maybe Dakota's going to be there very soon, it would seem. Like, I've knocked the door in. Girls, you go and absolutely reap the rewards, do you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that.
People watching might think, you know, you've had a career where there's been wins and losses and plenty of them, and they might think, oh, maybe you get used to losing. You were never somebody who wore their losses lightly, ever. No. And that never changed, right?
Yeah, that's whether it's making toast at the end of the night when me and my girlfriends are going to bed, mine's got to be better, buttered better, do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I can do on this earth where if I take an L, it's going down well. And I really tried, and I think you've all seen, like, there was no stone that I ever left unturned. Is that the same? Most fighters in the city, most athletes in the city, it's exactly the same. Like, it's heart and pride and work ethic first, and the rest will follow. And this feels like a win. I know it sounds mad, but the way I've been treated, and not even just in this city, like when we was away in Italy, or when I was in London, and when I've been out and about, it's just like, I think the legacy is I always just wanted to be known as the girl who, every time she got in there, left it all in there. Never took a backward step and just gave it all and fought for the fans. And it's proper mad because the love that I've received, like obviously when you're on the UFC, like Instagrams, you're going to get just divvies, but the love that I've received, and especially when you're just seeing the love from me gym. Do you know, like when you're seeing me, Paul, Adam and Ellis in bits, and then I'm looking out and then I was seeing Paddy in bits, like that was like a lot. And it was such the end of an era, like 12 years ago. I literally walked out to the subway to the 051 up them stairs, and them 4 boys were the first people I spoke to when I'd been on this big journey with me. Do you know what I mean? So it was really sad to see, and I think we was almost sad that it was the end than the loss. Do you know what I mean? But I'll still be doing the heading every day in that gym anyway, in some capacity, so it's okay. But I think it was nice again for the fans and for everyone to see how real it is. Yeah. And it doesn't just stop there, like it's a real knock-on effect, and it does affect everyone. Do you know, it really is a family. Like gyms may proclaim, oh, we're closer. It's not a patch on us, do you know what I mean?
When you think of the highs, what are the images, what are the moments, what are the nights that come to mind?
I think the first win, when I broke my orbital bone, and it was like, if you get beat, like finished, you're done. Like the pressure that was on that was absolutely massive. Vegas with Paddy, when we both fought together, because my manager was in my corner, Graham. So it was like our whole team got to have that minute. And when I win, and then you see when Paddy wins, you see me just jump onto Paul Rimmer, and me and Pad like look at each other and have that moment. And then when I'm doing the interview at the back, and he's like, Meatball, like he's looking for me. I'm like, Patrick, like that was just such a moment. And then we both got a 50G bonus, and we was just both like, oh my God. And put like Henry Hoof in like headlocks and just like it was just mad. Like, do you know, like, and then obviously the first and second elbow when Paddy won as well. Jumping on Stormzy, having Paddy on my shoulders, Dave Portnoy walking us out like we are some big time thing. Getting into the UFC game, fighting at MSG, Drake buying me a rollie, The Rock giving me the people's elbow. Like, little girl from down this just down the road there, who's run this, you can literally see out here, run this 1,000,000 times cutting weight, looking at this river, thinking how privileged I am to be from here. Oh my God, it's really overwhelming to think of. Yeah, I didn't get the world title, but I got so much more. I got to travel the world. I got to meet the most amazing people, the most amazing experiences, and just like so much love everywhere we went. And it's just, you don't get that. You know, every mat I stepped on, I connected with so many people, and I'm just so lucky for that. Like most of these people are still in my life. There's a reason I can't add anyone else on Instagram, because I'm at my 7,500 limit. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's really overwhelming and really just amazing.
What are these tears for? We've had tears before with you. These are tears of pride, is that right?
Yeah, just, I never really sit there and like comprehend some of the stuff that I do, because I always have to chase the next thing, and it's always like, I've got to do better, I've got to be better, I've got to this, that and the other. And I was sat back on Sunday, I went to my restaurant and I was like, friggin' hell, look at like what I've managed to do and in my business and build a career and the legacy and stuff, and even like coaching and working with Emma and the national team, and looking how many girls are doing this now because of this little loudmouth who can throw a dig. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I'm really at peace with it, and there's not actually been a moment where I've been like, oh, I wish I would, like, I really wish I could have done more, like, because I give it me everything, and like I say, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough to win it like a second world title or a UFC world title, but for what I have managed to do, I'm so proud of myself. And I think, I'm not sure if you see in the media day at UFC London, I said, but I joined this sport as a lost young girl, you know, just trying to find herself in this world. And I proper like, I'm leaving the sport. Like, I absolutely know who I am, and I'm proud of that. I'm sorry to keep crying. I'd like, don't rinse me, please. I'm sorry. It's just like it's the end. It's the end of an era. Do you know what I mean?
Completely understandable.
Yeah.
And these are happy tears. These are tears of you looking back and what you've accomplished, where you've come from.
Yeah.
And I suppose the question now is that what do you do now? How do you fill this huge void in your life, which has been these massive nights and this discipline that you've had, and all the excitement, everything that comes with it? So. Where do we go from here?
I just had 2 weeks off. I thought I'm just giving my friends, my family and my partner was owed that. And then each business will have a couple of hours each day and then I'll be in the gym. I'm saying to him, doing this high rocks now because I need to stay active. There's been a lot of interesting offers and career moves that have been presented to me. And I think the job for me now is just stay fit, stay in the right frame of mind. I'm sure in a few weeks we'll know what I'll be doing. There'll be a big announcement somewhere, I imagine.
So are you thinking some kind of competing in
competition
in
some sport, whether it could be football, whether it could be high rocks, whether it could be, I don't know, pickleball, paddleball. We don't know.
I don't see that.
I know, but I wouldn't rule anything out, that's all I'll say.
Boxing?
I wouldn't rule anything out.
Proper boxing or misfits boxing?
Do you know, if I was offered boxing, I wouldn't want to do the misfits, and that's not like a disrespect to the people who do it, but I just feel like we've all been young and we've all had the limelight on us and all acted a bit idiotic at times, but I don't think I've ever disrespected the sport of MMA or boxing. And when I watch the misfit stuff, it's just you're just teaching the younger generation that I'm just going to throw a microphone at your head. Yeah, I just want to have a face-off just to try and go viral. It's like we're just teaching the wrong things. And like say, I've not been the greatest role model because I've always liked a bevy and got fat and all that kind of thing after fights, but I've always tried to have decent integrity. But I just don't see that there, and I've never gone somewhere for money. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still waiting for offers. But yeah, we'll see.
What do you think your legacy is going to be as a mixed martial artist?
I think I'll be a bit like a Brad Pickett, you know. It'll be like the first one to sustain and to do it, and to, whether people want to admit it or not, change the game. I might not have, like we say, won the world titles, but I have absolutely had a knock-on effect and a domino effect coming up and coming through with Patrick, for the eyes to be on me and him, for women in this sport. And I think the legacy is just there, like I said, like more people will do this now because of me stepping foot in it. And I see it a lot every day when I pop into gyms and these girls in there, like I know I've done my job and I've left the sport in a better place than when I came. And that's all you can ask for.